Hey, good morning, everyone. This is David from Shiva Das Ambient. We just returned home from playing at the Barefoot and Free Yoga Festival this weekend. And you know, when we have to pack up equipment, transport it to a location, unload it, set it up, pack it up, bring it back home, unload it back here into our house, that stuff gets jostled around a lot. So I'm here in my sound lab where I practice. This is my workbench area, and what I'm doing is just going over my two primary pedal boards that I use to play ambient music, just to make sure everything is tight, all the connections are okay. So that's what I'm doing right now. Let's take a look. So first, taking a look at my sound space. This is the platform that I usually set up my gear on to practice. Everything is still kind of just scattered about. I've just brought everything in and still working on getting it together. But let's take a look at my pedal boards. What I'm working on right now is my I call it my mixer pedal board because it has my my Bose 8-channel tone match mixer on it. I mix all my own sound when I'm playing because we're usually not playing anything that requires a sound person at the back of the room. And it's just too much work to have somebody and run all those extra cables, run a snake and an extra mixer. So I just do it myself. So I have my mixer on this board. Everything, of course, goes into the mixer. As you can see here, I use all 8 channels. I've got 2 for my vocals, 2 for my guitar. These are everything's running in stereo. 2 for my synthesizer, and the last 2 channels to run sounds out of my iPad. Then over here I have my guitar tuner. My signal goes into there, and from there it goes into the sides here, which has an out that goes into my guitar pedal board, and then it comes back in from the guitar pedal board to my infinity looper, and then into the mixer. And then also on this pedal board I have a looper for my synth, and the final thing I have here is my vocal processor. And I also have this, which is just a little case that I mounted on here because I had some extra space. And in here I keep extra guitar picks. I have my EBow and a capo. So what I'm doing right now is, like I said, I just kind of inspect all the connections, make sure everything's good. And I did notice that this mixer has come off the mounts that I had been using to keep this mixer on the board. What I had been using were these little square mounting pads that Temple Audio makes for their pedal boards. They just by adhesive mount onto the bottom of your pedal, and then they screw onto the pedal board. This is a Temple Audio pedal board, by the way. So that's what I was using, but the adhesive has come off of this. So what I'm going to do is just take this mixer off. There is a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom of this, so you can mount it to a tripod or something. And I'm going to use that to hold this in place. And I'm also going to put a couple strips of locking Velcro to keep it mounted. I've got Velcro on these pedals. They seem to be working pretty good. All of these pedals have Velcro, except for this one. Just was moving around a bit, so you can see I put a tie wrap around that. I'm not really too concerned with aesthetics, but I do make sure all my gear is wired properly. So I'm going to take this mixer off, which I've already disconnected, and we're going to look under the hood of this my mixer pedal board. Now the Temple Audio board just comes like this with little rubber feet like these, but what I've done is I've put these bigger feet on to give this a little bit more angle for when I'm playing. And underneath it's just the wiring. I've got a Vertex buffer here, in and out buffer, and then here I have my my Voodoo Labs power supply. For the power supply just powers the Vertex pedal and the pedals that I have on the top of my pedal board. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just gonna work on this, and once I'm finished with this, then I'll do the same thing with my guitar pedal board, and I'll do that in another video. Okay, so I've mounted my mixing console, the Bose 8-channel tone match. I've mounted it back onto the top of the mixing panel. What I did is I just utilized the 1/4 screw that's underneath on the bottom of the mixer itself, and I screwed a 1/4 screw in there. Now there's only one screw, so what I did was on the top of it, I took the rubber feet off the mixing board and put some Velcro, a Velcro strip here and here, and I think that is enough of compression on the Velcro with tightening that screw up underneath to make this mixer much more stable. So I think it's a much better way to mount it, and seems to be pretty good. So I think I'm all good. I've checked all the connections and everything to all the pedals and underneath and everything. So I think we're good with this, with my mixing pedal board, the Temple Audio mixer pedal board. Okay, so I thought one more thing we might take a look at here is the back of my mixing pedal board. I've got these two cables that come out of the looper there for my synth, and there's two cables that are the inputs that are over here on this side, but these two cables are the closest length I could get, so I'm thinking about rather than letting these things droop, because these things stay plugged in even when I'm traveling, I might put a tie wrap mounting base here to keep these cables like kind of secure there. And then other thing that I'm going to do is I have to make sure that these are the two cables that go from my that go to the guitar end of my pedal board. So I'm gonna get those plugged in, and we'll take another look and see how everything works out. So these cables come right from the buffer, the Vertex buffer that I have underneath here. It's the last part in the signal chain, and they go right into my mixer. So from my pedal board, the signal comes into this infinity looper in stereo, and then the output of this goes into the Vertex buffer, and then from the Vertex buffer into here. So I'll get these plugged in. I'm going to put a tie wrap mounting base on here to keep these cables secure, and we should be good to go. Okay, I've got the tie wrap mounting base to keep these cables secure. That looks much better. And I've got my two lines into my mixer for my stereo guitar. So I'm pretty much all set now. The only thing that I really have to hook up here that I can't leave connected is my input for my microphone, of course, and the output from the vocal effects processor to my left and right channels for my vocals. Maybe I can find some right angle XLR cables, but I don't have those right now, so I'm going to leave that out. I just keep those in the case with my pedal board when I'm traveling, and I just make those connections. Pretty simple. And then I also have two connections here that go in to the mixer for my iPad sound. I do use some sounds from my iPad. So that's it for my mixing pedal board, and that's the back end. You've already seen the front end, and you've already seen under the hood. So that's it for today, folks. That's what I'm doing. I do this every time we come back from touring, from playing any place. I always look everything over, make sure the connections are okay, that the wires haven't gotten damaged, that everything is stable on the pedal boards before I set it back up in my practice space here and do the next show. So we've got about 30 days until our next event, which is on September 7th. So if you'd like more information about that, if you'd like to join us for that, it's going to be an outdoor event on our deck in our backyard. It's a very nice environment. It'll be at 8 o'clock, September 7th, and it's meditation and a yoga practice for Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. So again, my wife and partner, Durga Devi, will be leading the class, and I'll be playing live ambient music, and our dear friend Tom Price, the drummer, will be playing his hand drums along with that event for us for that event, which we all do usually play together. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to share them, and I'll try to answer all of your comments. Have a great day. Blessings. Namaste.